It's fine. You've already had your kid. It's all sorted.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. It's all happening.
This cake isn't here just for...
It's good to damn be back, let me tell you that much.
Back in the land of the living.
Yes, dude. Got another little kid. Our ghost is back in our house. It's pretty awesome.
Oh, your ghost is back.
Yeah, dude,
Nice.
it's awesome. It's very cool. I'm thinking of moving.
I'm a bit worried about the show because you're the host of the MMA Republic and then you had a baby. Sturge came on temporarily. He's having a baby. So
You've got babies.
I've got 2 already. Rourke and Jared can have a love child.
Yeah, dude, ghosts are not fun. Let me tell you guys something.
I want to hear about this ghost.
Bro, it's so
We're
freaky.
doing tinfoil hats already. So
Bro, it's so freaky. So, like, when my daughter was small, we started noticing, like, some strange things happening around the house. But especially with her, like, she would, like, wave at things and, like, smile. And, bro, like, on many occasions, I'd be, like, on the floor, like, kneeling on the floor, bathing her. And she would, like, stop and, like, look behind me. And I start speaking to my wife. I'm like, don't you just want to pass me? And then, like, it just goes cold and you look and there's nobody there. And you're like, okay, this is awesome. But what happens continuously is, like, there's, obviously it's got to do with the kids now. Like, I've got a system in my house, the way I lock up my house, so I know, I mean, as you guys know, if I've had too many CBD gummies, I go check if the gate's closed 5 times. I've got, like, the system. And, like, so the kitchen light, there's one big light and there's a small light that goes over the stove. And that light, I always switch off first. And then I walk back and I, like, switch everything else off, and then I switch off. So we've got 2 switches for one light. So I can switch off the kitchen, like, closer to the bedrooms. And then the house is dark. But it was, on this particular night, it was so dark, I tripped over something, like, I couldn't see. And it, like, you know, it goes with kids. They wake up early in the morning screaming they need to eat and whatever. So my wife wakes up. She's like, did you leave the kitchen light on? I'm like, no. I 100% turn the light off. And it's a click switch, dude. It's, like, proper. There's no, it can't just turn itself on. And that's the
like
last
one of those
time.
switches where it, like, hangs on, like, the 50-50 and then it clicks back maybe.
Yeah, exactly. So the last time it started happening was all with my daughter. We started figuring it all out. But it's gnarly, dude. So where we used to do the upstairs, that's where the main hub of activity is. That's where it's like freaky there, dude. It's hectic.
Did you inherit any furniture with like your house that you've kept in there?
Well, maybe, yeah.
I know just because I watched The Conjuring, so I know that
You watched The Conjuring?
old furniture is
Dude, the first Conjuring was hectic, bro.
heavy.
Dude, it's fucking gnarly.
That thing, like, really, I love horror movies, and that thing really gave me the crawl.
And you're like, this is creepy.
I
And then at
can't
the
for
end, they
horror
play
movies,
the
dude.
real recordings, and you're like, cool, I'm done.
Yeah,
I'm not
done.
gonna sleep
Done
tonight.
those.
I'm going to go do some other
I
things.
can't, bro. I can't
All the
handle that
lights
shit,
on.
dude. So, like, every time you open the fridge, like, every now and then you just get, like, this cold chill down your back. You're like,
They're not opening the fridge, though.
no, I wish it was. So, like, my mother-in-law she's like a self-proclaimed, like, clairvoyant, you know.
Oh, okay.
So eventually I said to him, like, listen, please come here and sort this fucking ghost
That's
out.
why she named her one child Raven.
Yeah. Get rid of this fucking thing in my house. Like, don't piss it off, but just, I want it to go away, please. She's like, oh, I've never felt. I'm like, let me tell you, it's here. Like, like weird things. Like, you hear someone calling you, like, babe, and you're like, okay. And like, I don't know, like, strange things like that always happening. So eventually she asks my daughter, she's like, is somebody here? My daughter, but I mean, like, you got to take it with a pinch of salt. My daughter's like, yeah, it's a small boy. He sits on the steps going up to the studio where we used to sit. And I was like, fuck. Second I heard that, I was like, fucking burn this bitch down. Let's get out of here. I'm like,
Property 24.
yeah, selling fast. Dude, it's so gnarly, bro.
Very
Fuck, it's
negotiable.
hectic. Yeah, very negotiable. Great
I'd
house.
be willing to pay you
House.
to take it.
Look, now that I think about it, the previous owners were in quite a rush to get out of there. If I'm honest.
Is it?
It seemed like they wanted to get out, bro. It's all starting to make sense.
I wonder if you can like look into the history of properties.
You definitely
Something's
can,
happened there.
dude. You definitely can.
Hey?
Well, our one neighbor's
Find
been there
out.
since 1974, bro. I'm pretty sure he'll be able to. Yeah.
That person will know
Yeah.
exactly.
I'm going to
what's
ask
going
him, like, who died here, bro? Like, what happened here?
Yeah.
Dude, it's just freaking me out. So,
on.
like,
Scary thing is if he's like, no one's ever died there, then you know
Yeah.
that whatever did happen
Yeah.
there was very COVID.
came with me, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's good fun. It's good fun. What's been happening? You guys been holding down the fort. Been a lot of
pretty much a lot of jiu-jitsu
Yeah,
since you've
it's
been
been a
gone.
lot of jiu-jitsu.
You left
Like
and Warren's like,
scrapped
right, 4 jiu-jitsu
Yeah,
shows in
this
a
is a
row.
jiu-jitsu show. Oh, fuck. But that was cool, dude. It was quite funny because actually I'd been speaking to Peyton to do like a little Zoom call, see what her story is. So it worked out quite nicely. What's happening, dude? You and the mouse having a good time.
Struggling there, bro.
Good.
But yeah, there's been some big action in between that time. What was the last UFC 2? Was it 262?
Yeah, that was the
Chandler versus
Chandler
Oliveira.
versus Charlie Olives. My boy Charlie Olives. Killing the game. What a beast.
What a turnaround!
It was mental, eh? It was
What a turnaround of
insane,
a career!
dude.
What a turnaround of the fight! And I mean, he was literally like moments away from losing that title. Like moments,
Dude.
like maybe 2 strikes away from losing the title, and he just pulled it back.
It's so funny, like, for whatever reason, if you noticed with the UFC, like, how the pay-per-views get so much push at the moment. They, like, really deck them out and they really thin out the fight nights.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, back in the day, the fight nights would go, you'd have almost like 3 tiers. You'd have pay-per-view, and you'd have fight night, and you'd have, like, the European fight night, which was, you know, mostly dead abs. It seems like now they're just completely thinning out fight nights. It's like UFC Vegas, whatever it is at the moment. They go like reasonably heavy at the main event, maybe a cool co-main, and then it just like thins out.
I think that roster is so massive now. I mean,
Yeah.
and to have guys when they in last 2020 they didn't put a lot of fights on. They put a decent amount of fights on,
Sure.
but like they didn't put a lot of fights on. So I think they're trying to just give everyone an opportunity to stay active because they have to offer every fighter 3 fights a year.
Yeah.
Contractually, otherwise they pay those guys for fights that didn't ever happen. So you can only imagine that they're just trying to like get these guys active again.
And like it's quite funny. You look at everyone was the full disclosure about Jacare. I saw from a media house. I don't even know if you can really call them a media house, but their stuff is normally really legit. Saying that Jacare has been released. There was a whole thing, and it was via some dude, obviously quite close to the source. But I haven't seen anything official.
Yeah, well, I saw a new article that just said his contract has expired and opted not to
renew it.
So it's like less of a cut, like, okay, we're terminating your contract.
Yeah.
It's more like, okay, go see what's out there rather than...
Yeah. So go and try and figure out, it was the last, 262, check the earnings. Because like I had a lot of people, and I mean, the thing with MMA is I think what we forget is you've got this constant reflux of new fans that get hyped in, and they're like they're very much been brought in by like Sean O'Malley and Conor McGregor and Jorge Masvidal, and they don't like really understand the full picture of what's going on. So a lot of guys mention me like, how can they do this? Why would they cut someone like Jacare? And I was trying to explain to him like how the contract works. I don't know if it's probably not the same these days, but back in the day, like you would sign on, let's say your first contract was $10,000 to win, $10,000 to show, so 20,000. If you won, it went to like 15 and 15 and 20 and 20, and so it went.
And keep escalating, yeah.
So these kind of guys, Jacare, Gastelum, Romero,
Rashad was on that.
All of these kind of like legends have been there for so long. They've had so many fights. Their pay is so big now. Like in terms of a salary, it's massive. Do you see Jacare's earnings on there? What did they disclose? Doesn't show.
Not on this one. I'll keep looking.
Just go. So like even Alistair Overeem, JDS. I know Overeem. Remember we looked at it on here before. It was like 800 and something.
Yeah, it was massive.
They go up. You went past it. Jacare 226. Oh, that's not even that much. But I mean, like, look how far Dariush.
He's not a massive draw.
He's not a draw at all.
Entertainment wise, like when he came into the UFC, he had a very wrestling heavy base.
Yeah.
And there wasn't like it was difficult to put together a highlight reel for him, because it was more strategic in the way he was winning, whereas someone like Masvidal, it's easy to pay him big money because he's got like these years of just highlight reel moments in his career, and he's got like this personality that backs it up, and he runs like he's got his own show like on YouTube, and like he's the full package. Yeah. So like you can't get if you look at a guy like Jacare, you're paying him $200,000 in the middleweight division, which is a big division. Yeah. You know what I mean? Quarter of $1 million, dude.
And then what are you going to do with the guy? He's not going to fight for a title. He's not going there. It's done. Yeah. He's not going to be on a main event anymore. It's just that ship's kind of sailed. So you've got this kind of mid-tier middleweight who's getting on, who's stylistically not very exciting. I mean, he's got a couple of knockouts. You know what I mean? And now he's just been submitted by some youngster. Go and look at that youngster salary, and that's exactly what the UFC is doing. This dude's, he's younger, he's exciting, he's coming. He just submitted fucking Jacare, broke his arm.
First guy in MMA to submit Jacare.
Exactly. You see his price, his wages there? Keep going.
It'll be down at the bottom. There we go.
Yeah,
44,000 to win. 4,000 for 5 week contender.
So, like, you're starting to see the picture.
Andre Muniz, his jiu-jitsu shit hot, bro. Like,
Yeah,
and
sure.
the problem is he doesn't. People don't realize how good his jiu-jitsu is because he didn't have like this fairy tale jiu-jitsu career that culminated with him fighting Roger Gracie in world championship matches.
Sure.
But this guy's like a world-class MMA jiu-jitsu practitioner, you know? Like his jiu-jitsu for MMA is unbelievable.
But I mean, that's the whole case in point.
Yeah.
You've got a youngster coming through $44,000 with a win bonus and his pay, as opposed to $216,000 just to show. You know what I mean? There's a big difference there. You're starting to see what's happening. I mean, like for a young fighter, $44,000 is probably not that bad. You know what I'm saying?
Great,
it doesn't justify getting a win over someone like Jacare.
650,000 rand.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I mean, taxes and then paying off stuff.
30% taxes.
Yeah, it's still a rough ride, but I mean, it's not bad. It's not bad at all.
I mean, what a way to catapult your career.
Try and find the pay-per-view numbers for Masvidal Usman 2. I think, what was it? 261. Yeah, 261. Because this was the argument that everyone was going on about Masvidal. He's like, it didn't sell the second time. I'm not so sure, dude. 700,000 domestic.
That's not massive, eh?
It's not, from 1.6.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, also, like, it
was a big story going into the last one.
Exactly, and there was intrigue. You know, can he, like, you've got a chance of watching that. Like, if this dude beats Usman, this is one of the greatest stories in sporting history. Like, you want to see that. Then you watch how the fight plays out, and you're like, well, what's going to be different? You know what I mean? Like,
and also the UFC did one in like getting you bought in on the Masvidal hype.
Yeah.
But once he got fairly dominated by it, it was difficult to get everyone to buy into that hype again. You know.
Yeah, that you can do the 6-day notice all you want, bro. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, you got, I mean, Usman had to, like, stop cutting weight, fly back to Vegas, turn around, start cutting weight again, fly back, you know what I mean, to Abu Dhabi. He still had to go through the same, okay, he had a camp, but he still had to go through shit. He stopped cutting weight, dude. I mean, as you know, that's a ball ache, dude. You got to, like, sodium and remove carbs and do all of these things all over again on short notice. Your cut's not going to go the way it should be. You know what I'm saying? So, like, but it's just interesting to see how these pay-per-views are coming out. Like Poirier McGregor, I don't think this trilogy does big numbers, dude, to be honest.
The
like, it does and it doesn't.
That McGregor effect, though, right?
Yeah, fair enough.
Anything that has McGregor in it does super well.
Yeah, it's quite funny. So I put that thing about the trilogy. Like, I don't really know where I stand on it, but I was like, just to see who wins the trilogy, and it's so funny, bro, how the majority still leans towards Conor. Like, he can do no wrong, dude.
No, 100%. I think you know what gives you hope in that one, which differs from the Jorge Usman scenario, is that Conor Poirier 2 of 1 clear-cut win for McGregor.
Yeah.
Poirier McGregor 2, Conor wobbles him in round 1.
Yeah.
Potentially wins the first round and then gets finished in round 2. So you're like, okay. And then he's got a really good track record of rematches, right?
Sure.
So now you're like, okay, there's still actually a pretty good chance he wins the rematch.
I've heard people call him the rematch GOAT.
Dude, Mayweather-Pacquiao, 4.6. Imagine Mayweather-Pacquiao actually fought in their prime. But
yeah. What's crazy, McGregor-Cerrone, which was like not even really much of anything.
1.3
million.
King of the pay-per-view, my man.
Yeah.
Mayweather versus Canelo did big numbers, eh? I was convinced Canelo was going to knock him out.
He actually ended up looking...
Jesus, terrible. Yeah, no. He paid his fees, my man.
Chassis.
Paid his fees.
Oh, now he's living the good life, right? 35 million to show.
Never mind the 436 that he bankrupted his own with.
Yeah. Jeez,
But yeah, dude, and I don't know, man. It's these pay-per-views are getting interesting now. But you've lost a lot of star power if you think about it.
Yeah.
If McGregor loses here, that's it. It's over, dude. It's done. The UFC is praying with all their might that he pulls this one off in terms of like star value and stuff. You need him to win.
They got no more Jones. Jones is pretty much a non-entity.
Listen, bro. If contenders can, so this is a funny story. That ad that's popping up with those pants.
What you trying to buy?
My mate posted this picture, dude. But he's synonymous for wearing the tightest clothing possible, bro. It's a picture of him sitting with his daughter on like this beanbag, but he's wearing like track pants. They literally look like those white pants there, and like. So I googled a picture just to mess with him to send it, and he was like, "Dude, what?"
Those
yeah. He's like, "Where did you find that? I really need those pants." So now I've got that shit all over. But like Masvidal as well. Like, this is the thing. Like we've had. It's so funny if you look at a guy like Kamaru who's spoken. He's never really spoken so much, but he's always like he's been quite like braggadocious about. You remember, like I'm only at 30% and I'm a problem, and he said all these things, but he hasn't lost. No. You know what I mean? And like in the modern day. The second you lose, that changes. Yeah. Like everything. You're like, okay.
It's almost getting to that boxing effect, right? Like boxing, you need to be 30-0 before you can even start looking at title shots.
Sure.
You lose one and then you're completely off the radar.
Yeah, you're gone.
You're completely gone.
Like, okay, well, Andre Ruiz, I think, is a bad example because he was just like, cool, I'm just going to weigh 400 pounds and go for the rematch and get paid.
Dude, have you been following the Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder legal battle?
Somebody sent me the thing about it, saying that the WBC or whichever one it was, like, is saying that Fury has to
went to arbitration.
His mandatory contender or whatever. And I just replied, I was like, boxing's fucking stupid.
Yeah, it went to arbitration, so they were like, contractually it has to rematch Wilder.
It was in the contract clause,
yeah.
But he does, but Wilder has to activate that clause.
Yeah. Which Wilder's the one that took it to arbitration.
Only now. Because he wants to get fucking paid, bro.
No, I heard the whole thing rooted from Wilder.
Possibly.
Because he wants that rematch. I mean, you want that money. You know?
Yeah, you want that money.
Those are huge paydays. And if you can avenge the only loss and only draw on your record, then you're basically undefeated again, you know?
Bro, all I want to say to boxing is like, call me when the fights are happening because this other cuck is it's irritating,
so difficult,
bro.
Eh?
It's so difficult, bro. Like, why can't the best just fight the best, bro? Let's figure it out, bro.
That's like the argument always with the UFC, like, why have the greatest fighters in the world under exclusive contracts, right? But at least then all the best fighters in the world are always fighting all the best fighters in the world.
100%,
right?
bro.
Whereas like with boxing, it's like there's this secondary fight that's happening in the background on which promotion is going to put the belt up, which promoter is going to get to have the fight, and then
which broadcaster is going to fucking broadcast.
This guy is contracted only with this promoter, and this guy's only contracted with this promoter. Okay, we're gonna have to do a cross promotion event, Top Rank versus Golden Boy, whatever, and it becomes super murky, super complicated.
Bro, have
you seen how much those boxing associations charge to like sanctioned fights? It's like $1 million per main event fighter.
$1 million is so negligible when one of the guys is walking away with 100 million.
I know, but it's like $1 million. It would be like Master demanding like percentage of fighters' purse. But still, like their thing is that they provide judges, refs, and the belt. I mean, the belt can't be anywhere near that much.
They provide the belt.
Yeah, like the RBO or the WBO,
the
the
WBC
WBA.
makes the belt.
They make their belts.
Sorry, I'm with you. Yeah, dude. I don't know. Boxing makes my brain hurt, bro. I'm like, I hear you guys. I hear. Yeah. I know the. But please, let's just fight. Somebody, let's just fight. I mean, like if Pacquiao Mayweather will forever go down as like this biggest missed opportunity.
Yeah.
Like, cool, the fight played out and someone's shoulder was sore, but there was a couple of old boys fighting.
Yeah,
at that time,
it was probably like 2 years too late.
Bro, let me tell you, I'm not fighting this oak for no money. But
who is this?
That's that Usyk or whatever.
The guy
He's
who
the
lost
mandatory.
Joshua.
He's the mandatory fight for for Joshua now for the W.
The
thing is with-
rematch. It's the
No, he's
rematch.
fought. Yeah, they fought there. Look at Wembley.
what's his name? It is. I'm thinking of the right dude, eh?
Good brother.
Oh no, Pulev. No, Pulev was the last one. Yeah, dude. But the mandatory is at Usyk or something. Yeah, did some Eastern Bloc. I'm like, cool, dude. I'm
Definitely not fighting that
okay
dude.
with that.
Yeah.
I'm not fighting that dude. No ways.
Hard
dude.
pass on that one.
Jeez,
No ways. What did you think about Garbrandt versus Font?
It's difficult to get behind Garbrandt at this stage.
Yes,
of his career.
dude. And I'm a no love fan, my man. I love
You know
that
the thing
boy.
is right. So after watching Font like outbox him, right? I mean, he's a boxer with knockout power, and he gets outboxed by Font. Font's no scrub. Don't get me wrong, right? Font's a phenomenal fighter, but you have to believe that Cody had a good run on a very like one-dimensional game plan.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
He's got mediocre wrestling. He's probably fractionally above par for
Yeah,
the division on his wrestling, and his actual technical boxing is good, but it's not phenomenal.
Yeah.
But what saved him was this knockout power where he was just starching oaks every single fight. But now that people have kind of like seen like the way he sets up these knockout shots, you know, they can obviously play towards that. So I mean, to go 1-4 in the last 5. With that said, he's fought monsters.
Yeah.
I mean, you've
For
got
sure. Dude,
after
Usyk was a
Cruz, he
champion,
went
bro.
double TJ. He did Munoz,
Look at this dude,
Font,
just-
and then he beat. Who did he beat? Asen Sa.
Yeah. With the
That knockout was sick.
Yeah. But also, it played in his favor to fight in the small cage. That fight took place in the fight
Bro,
night cage.
I'm so glad you mentioned the wrestling. Like, didn't you find his wrestling to be so sloppy against Font? Like his timing on the takedown was really good, but then he had no answer from there. Like he couldn't keep top position. He couldn't it was so strange to me, dude. Like it seemed like Font, who's not a massive dude, could just walk right out of the takedown. Well, could eventually let him settle.
Yeah.
Would let him settle, and then he would just get up.
100%.
He used the Kimura sweep once from the half guard, almost lifted him right off his feet with the Kimura.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck, okay. Like it just seems to me, and I think this is going to be Cody's defense in his head, that he's in the wrong weight division, and I think that's going to be. But you're gonna.
He's gonna shit bricks to cut one more category, dude.
Bro, no, he's really small. Like he doesn't cut weight, bro. Like he hardly cuts any weight. He walks around at 144. He says.
Yeah, I don't know so much. I mean, he's not even I mean, it's not the best litmus test, but I mean, he's not even that shredded at bantam. So maybe to play into your idea of him dropping one more category, I just think that extra, you're going from bantam 61 down to 57, that extra 4 kilograms is killer.
That's almost
It's
10%.
It's killer. I mean, TJ isn't a massive bantamweight, and I mean, we know how that played out.
Yeah.
So
But he was on the peptides, bro. Hey, Rocky.
I cannot wait for that TJ versus Sandhagen fight.
Yeah, that's gonna be
That thing's gonna be epic.
it's gonna be mental,
Have you seen that photo of TJ next to Michael Chandler?
bro.
TJ looks bigger than Michael Chandler.
Go to I think on Darren Till's.
It's incredible.
Michael Chandler
He should have
looked like
gone he should have gone off of the juice earlier. Look how good he looks now.
Michael Chandler looked like he was knocking on death's door making lightweight
Bro, it
for the
was so
first
bad,
fight.
eh?
And he stands next to TJ, and TJ's like, "Nice, hold my beer," and he's just
There.
jacked.
No. You need to go to Darren Till's Instagram, dude.
Yeah. Darren Till's the new Derek Lewis.
Bro, he's so funny. I can't. Bro, couple of thick boys, my man.
Yes, bro. TJ
Couple of
looking
thick boys.
I think this is just the composition of the photo.
Oh,
Listen,
you
there's
think
definitely-
TJ's a bit closer to us. Is that what
There's
you're
definitely something going on there.
It's how we
Rob, 'cause
take all those hunting photos.
Do you
know?
reckon? Do you reckon TJ is taller than Chandler? Can't be, dude.
Or go look on
TJ
their
must be
topology.
5'8".
Go look at
Mind
their
you, Chandler's
topology.
short, eh?
Yeah.
He's also about 5'8".
If you look on the topology, should give you the height.
Dude, those boys in that
5'6", 168.
5'6", okay. do what you need to do, J-Rod.
5'8". He's a little bit taller than TJ.
Yeah,
5 centimeters.
It's composition here.
I don't know, but look, his head is. I mean, TJ's got a little bit of a in the front there that makes him look a little bit taller.
It's the
Their shoulder height. Look at their shoulder height.
No, there's definitely something going on there, bro. Maybe TJ is wearing high heels.
TJ looking thick.
Bro. That is, I don't know, dude. Boys are saucy. Them boys are saucy.
clean now because obviously he's in the testing pool.
Okay. Okay.
Have you
Both
seen
these
that?
guys.
Have you seen that dude on YouTube who does all of those like natty or not?
Natty or not. Yeah. You watched the Gordon Ryan one?
Yeah.
Just
Check
bro.
Hamza Till over there, bro.
You know what's crazy? He did one on Maki Musamechi, and he was like, "This guy's completely not clean." And then like before, you'd never think that Maki Musamechi was like doping it up, but after you watch it, you're like, "Fuck, this like must be juicing it, right?" He lives on pizza and pasta, and he's shredded all year round.
But I know other Brazilians who have been on that diet, like
Pizza,
Coke
pasta.
and McDonald's, like even when they're traveling and they'd be fine. Shredded still. It's just,
I need to get on that Maki Musamechi diet or that Gordon
dude.
Ryan diet.
Yeah, I need to get on that Gordon Ryan protocol.
do you guys see Diego Sanchez broke it off with Joshua
Oh,
Fabia?
dude, I can't stop watching that shit, bro.
I can't wait. I can't because Diego's meant to be doing a media release today
Is
or
he?
tomorrow.
Yes.
About the breakup,
I
right?
love the
I
scandal.
can't.
About the breakup. So I'd love to find out what the tipping point was, because I mean, like, you would have thought the tipping point was about 2 or 3 years ago's worth of bullshit, right?
Dude.
When the oak hangs me upside down and hits me in the face, and I'll be like, "Sweet, we're done, my man. We're done."
And when he's chasing me around the cage with a knife,
When he
my
pulls
man,
a knife out in the cage, I'll be like, "Dude,
we've gone too far, bro.
Yeah.
Like, we need to rein this in. We have gone way too far, bro. But remember this fight, bro, when he was doing all this wushu shit, bro.
Oh my goodness.
Like, if I was a UFC, I would have said, "Listen, Diego, maybe it's time to call it a day."
Yes, you
You know what I mean? Like, this kinetic force is not going to work here. You're going to get fucking knocked out, dude.
You have like, and with all due respect to Diego, like, you have to believe that the type of fighter he is and the fights he got into over the years, these barn burners where they were just standing and trading, and he's getting dropped like almost every fight, and getting like, he's just in these fights with
That's
like
the one
high,
you want there.
with high significant strike rates. You know, you have to believe that there is some sort of brain damage over all the years of fighting.
So, as much as
Dude, this was so funny.
as much as him breaking into that athletes meeting and then chirping all those oaks was funny. This one is
This is
definitely
the best.
the best.
But this is the bro. You know what's the best is like Dean Thomas and them like egging it on, bro. They just loving it, dude. Because I would do exactly the same thing, bro. I'd fucking egg him on, dude. I love this dude, bro. I love this dude, bro. It's like my spirit animal, dude. I reckon Matt Serra will fuck your shit up though.
Easy, bro. He's on the TRT.
TRT Matt Serra will fuck you. This one was cool as well. There's a safer fight on the next block. Bro, I fucking love this show, eh?
Dude, Matt Serra versus Matt Hughes, the Ultimate Fighter,
Yeah,
was epic, bro.
Dude. Yeah, remember this shit, dude.
Oh, yeah.
In a sleeveless hoodie, my man. Fuck it. Check him. It's okay. What a legend, dude. I don't give a fuck. I fucking love this dude. This is not going to get any better, my man. Just fucking cruise on. Bro, this oak is completely fucking nuts.
Bro, he's epic.
I dig how Dana puts it, bro. Fucking goofball, bro. I think that's just like the best way to describe him, bro. Speaking of fucking goofballs, my man. Bro, I was so upset. Fucking, and I know it's going to sound weird. My boy, old Huggy Bear in the UFC. I was like, firstly, how the fuck did this get into the UFC and why? Why is this guy in there fighting fucking in the UFC, bro?
That looked dangerous, actually. It looked,
dude.
that was.
Did someone lose a bet?
Bro, like that. Surely he got the contract without anyone seeing him fight before. Surely.
No, I don't know, bro. I thought about it so hard. I was like, why? Especially like you take someone like Dana, bro. Dana doesn't do shit like that. Like, who signed this guy and why? Like, is the heavyweight that thin that you need to fucking...
Ooh, look at that Hartzebeest.
Yes, dude.
Yo.
That's immense, eh?
That is an epic. Who is that?
That's at
like
Hunter's Heel.
I got a couple of little hunts coming
up.
up.
What are you looking for? Huggy Bear. It was in my stories, but
Barnett, eh?
Yeah, Chris Barnett, yeah. Dude, like, very cool guy, very entertaining, but has absolutely no fucking business. Firstly, has absolutely no business being in the UFC, and secondly, has absolutely no fucking business fighting Ben Rothwell.
Oh my goodness. Ben Rothwell
Did you see the size difference, bro?
Ben Rothwell lost it away. He's taking his...
Bro, Huggy Bear at heavyweight is 5'9", my man.
Oh my goodness.
The average heavyweight size...
He's 21-6 though, coming into the fight.
But boy, 21-6 against who, my man?
Yu Jaishin, Rashawn Jackson, Robert Neal, and
if you don't know,
Lungo.
if you
I
don't
don't
know
know any of those.
Yeah,
Oaks.
if you
Rashawn
don't know
Jackson
who
is, he's the Wish version of Rashad Evans and Rampage Jackson.
Oh, okay.
If you don't know who Huggy Bear is, Chris Barnett, he's the guy who became quite famous for like throwing crazy spinning kicks. Look, he's my spirit animal when it comes to stand up. But it's a large man doing spinning shit, and that's what he's famous for. And
21-6 is still a mental good record.
Yeah, just hit us with a quick highlight there, Rourke, of old Huggy Bear here.
Highlight.
My man, look, he's not chiseled. Taekwondo, see, here we go, my boy. Got the reach of a T-Rex. Look, he's a lot of fun, bro. Big man spinning. I get it.
Oh, that almost didn't work.
Bro, like his leg reach must be like 12 inches. look,
How's his promoter, bro?
but yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like on the Asian market, I'm sure he's massive, bro. They must love him. Just like he like makes the cage look untidy. It looks like someone needs to go in there and neaten
The only
it
thing
up.
that looks neat is the spinning stuff. It doesn't even look that neat.
But like you see, like this guy is 5'5" at heavyweight. Like it, yeah. You see, like this is where everyone. Whoa, that is a big fella. That looks like Walt Harris's McDonald's brother. Damn, UAE Warriors.
Yeah, I'm not bought in on this, like,
Bro, this dude is gonna die inside the UFC, my man. Like, where do you go from here?
bro.
But you know, like, I feel like someone convinced Dana that they should sign this dude, and Dana was like against it. And he was like, no. And then he was like, okay, fine, give him Ben Rothwell.
Dude, if the UFC don't want you on the roster, but they feel obligated to have you there, they'll feed you to the wolves quickly.
This made no sense to me, bro. Like, he's cool, bro. I'm sure wherever he was, like UAE Warriors and like Ryzen and stuff like that, cool, bro. I'm sure he probably does pretty well.
Yeah.
But dude, not in the UFC. Honestly, I was like, yo, guys, Huggy Bear, really? Yeah, that was my thoughts for the weekend. Look at these couple of
OnlyFans page there, right?
yeah, they do. He's
They
legit
do.
got an OnlyFans page, bro.
When are they going to split that? These breakups are so messy.
Oh, dude, I've been watching this shit. It's so cool, bro. But this week he's still working with guys at American Top Team, from what I understand, bro. Like, I see him there.
Diego?
No. Fabia.
Who does he work with from
I
American Top?
have no idea, bro.
Is he at American Top Team?
Go to his Instagram. School of something. School of Awareness.
Wellness or School of
He
Awareness.
said he had a military background, but like, if you do any digging, he did like a workshop.
Yeah, he was like those guys who, like the men who stare at goats. Like, I will control you with my mind. Fuck, this oak is a goofball.
Him and Goggins should get along quite nicely.
Let's check. No. Just go School of
Self-awareness, eh?
Yeah. It should pop up. I followed this immediately because there's so much
It's
good
one
shit
of my
coming
favorite
out.
Instagram.
There's so much
I
good shit
love
coming
it.
out there. Go down a little bit. You'll see ATT quite quickly. Oh, God, standing on balls. Cool, bro.
Oh, yeah. Like,
Saw
I
this.
literally learned to do that as like a one-stripe white belt.
Yeah, saw this in the 80s.
Stability Ball Mastery by Joshua Fabian.
Yeah, bro, I reckon you get a diploma for it if you can stand up on it.
His personal account.
Bro, he's got like 7 followers. This was
Please
the
do not
crazy...
try this as this is a skilled professional showing what is capable once you get control of yourself.
In jeans, my man. Only Oaks... Is that like in jeans, am I right?
No, the track pants.
Oh, I was going to say.
You need to get your ass sorted, man.
Yeah, like only pros can do that in jeans, my man, for sure.
Where's the ATT stuff?
This one there, on the right there?
This one.
Down right, I think. I think this is it, maybe. Oh, no. This is somewhere else.
That is
kickboxing.
That's like Albuquerque kickboxing
Albuquerque
or something.
kickboxing. World-class training. If you have to say you offer world-class training, then you probably don't offer it.
This is the wrist stuff.
Is he wearing 2 rash guards?
Absolutely, bro. Why wouldn't you? Don't try it. Watch. And he points to his ears. I'm like, listen. You see that chick in the background is just like, what the fuck are we doing? Bro, if this oak was teaching a class, I'd just get up and walk out. I'd be like, sorry, dude, this is not for me.
I'd actually love to invite him to like
To roll.
open mat or something.
Yeah. Imagine he just came there and just cleaned up.
You wonder how like Diego doesn't see it, right? You wonder like
Oh, Diego's not exactly all there, is he, bro?
no, 100%. You wonder like how he's rolled world-class trainers, he's rolled world-class athletes, and then he grips this guy and he's like,
Whoa.
Oh, flipping heck. I want to see
How has
that.
Mac Dojo not fucking done a thing on this? Or maybe they have probably missed it.
I want to see that again.
Dude, that's
in
legit.
slow-mo.
Actually, let's take some notes on how he does this. Because this is real life situation when you're on your knees and someone grabs you by the arms. You just give them the old flipperoo.
Grab.
are you telling me a world-class UFC athlete got put on his back like that?
Dude, this soak is such
Diego
a
had to have been groomed for this.
He's such a fruit bat, bro. Do you reckon? Oh, dude, I don't know. I think Diego's just like, didn't he just go through a divorce and shit as well? I think he's just like super vulnerable when the soak's completely taken it.
I remember when
he's a con man, the soak, bro.
I remember when he
He's 100% a
left
con
Greg
man.
Jackson for Sal Ribeiro. Do you remember that? He spent like a whole portion of his career training under Sal Obero in San Diego.
But have you seen the videos of Diego when he's like ranting and he'll just like start crying, like flat out crying, bro? It's nasty, bro. It's like one of those situations you don't ever really want to see.
Dude doesn't even have spats on. Those are just like leg sleeves. Look at that.
Oh my, dude.
Flip, you're right.
Oh my, bro. Leg sleeves and shorts, bro.
Yo.
Nah, we talk. They're so dangerous, dude. I don't care what anybody says. Okay, big circle, get your leg sleeves on.
Oh man,
Dude, let's jump ship to the EFC, bro. That card's just about done, I think. I've got a controversial topic for you guys.
Okay.
One main card slot left there, which I'm guessing is, it seems they're having trouble finding the Roja, an opponent.
Yeah. So you got X and Cabeza.
Cracker. Dude, listen.
Kanyeba.
These are
Those
great
two great
fights.
fights.
These are great fights.
Biko versus Souza.
Okay.
I don't know the Souza
Yeah.
chap at all, but
Yeah.
Biko on the main card makes
Undefeated
all
with
the
a
sense.
100% finish rate.
Jacasa versus Machalis, that makes it a little bit
Bro,
of sense.
have you seen Triple H, how big that oak's looking, dude? He's a big man.
I've got some epic photos of Triple H at the last.
See the photo.
Bro, yeah. Where is it?
Definitely putting this on a shirt.
The prairie dog.
Just like this.
The prairie dog.
Click on the EFC page while you look for it. And then you got Robertson Bowie
Bowie
versus Rocky.
Bro, we're gonna start to see some strange things.
I thought
happening.
Cole Henning wanted that fight quite desperately.
Which one?
The Ilunga,
Ilunga, yeah.
the Rocky
did.
Ilunga fight. I wonder why that kind of fell away.
Robson
I
Bowe
think
probably doing
Rocky's-
it for $3,000.
Rocky's what?
I think he's only like 2-1. I'm
Yeah.
not sure if he's coming off a loss.
Listen,
or-
bro. To be honest, like
His last
stylistically,
fight was definitely a win.
it's a pretty good fight. But I dig how they're like two of the promotion's most touted welterweights. I'm like, well, are they welterweights?
Who? Rocky and...
Yeah. And Robson Bowe.
Didn't Rocky compete at featherweight?
Yeah.
I remember I got... Oh,
lightweight,
I'll go down that road.
featherweight.
But the thing is, like with Robson Bowe, is like where you don't really know. Okay, Rocky as well to some degree. You don't know what these guys haven't been training. But not
No,
really.
Rocky has been training. Dude.
Has he?
He's at FFM. He's been training with Elaine and Papanga.
Can't say the same for Robson Bowe.
I can't even tell you when the last time I saw that guy.
Yeah, I used to see him at GBR all the time. Well, when
Did
he was
move
getting
to
ready for
Cape
a
Town or
fight.
something like that?
Yeah, I think so. As for training wise,
Hey, he got a win over Aniset.
Who, Robson Bowie?
Yeah.
yeah.
Lost to
Someone was
Conor.
telling me he's got a bit of a grappling game.
Who,
Only
Rob?
because I saw him lots at
Robson
GBR.
Bowe.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
he was at GBR a lot. His grappling's not bad. I think he's got a bit of a. To be honest, like all due respect, I think he's got a bit of a conditioning problem because he can go very hard, but he just can't go very hard for very long.
Oh, okay.
But he's solid, dude. Very strong, dude. He's a tough customer to deal with on the ground.
Yeah.
Your boy August and Wolverine.
That's just going to be like, someone's going to fall.
Yeah. Warren Richards, for some reason, for me, I always just see him as like a dirty fighter. Like he's always like something dirty he does. in a
Didn't
fight.
something happen with him that was
Yeah.
suspect?
Yeah, it was super
I
suspect.
can't remember.
Like hitting Oaks after the bell or something. I don't know. I like him though, bro.
I can't remember what it was, but didn't he fight Stephen De La Rey?
Possibly.
Didn't something happen against
Yeah, I think
between
you're
him
right.
and Stephen De La
I think
Rey?
you're right.
at Sabai Casino?
I think you're right. Yeah.
Go up. Yeah, rear naked choke. I think something happened afterwards. I can't remember.
Yeah, I think
If
you're
I
right.
can't remember, then
That is a rough run of people.
Yes, dude.
Rudy
4-5.
Lutando, Tommy Stradom, Nerek Samoa. Sure. Someone don't like him at the UFC.
August. Look, August is no easy task, dude.
Oh, dude.
That is the strongest barista on the Southern
He's
Hemisphere.
gonna, like Warren's like quite a physical.
Yeah,
guy.
yeah.
He's gonna struggle to be more physical than August. Okay, Kundari Hongwa at light
Hongwa.
heavyweight.
God.
We've spoken about this. We can move straight along. Rayo Sanchez versus Roger Kenner. That's not a bad fight.
I like Sanchez, but Kenna hits like a truck.
Bro, and also another dude looking super thick, my man. I saw that. I walked into their locker room at Versus. It was him, some other dude, and the heavyweight from his gym, bro. And I just flat out panicked. I was like, this is the way I park my car. Back away slow.
The crazy thing is when we were all at Quantum Tribe together, he was quite a skinny guy, hey?
Yeah.
Dude, he is big. That is a big man. How that oak is making lightweight, I don't know.
This was last year.
Bro, that's Junior Ilunga, bro, that he's standing next to, the Congolese boxing champion. And he's a big man, but
In your relation
I think
to
he's like
Lane and Rocky.
probably just from the same country, I would guess.
You used to have epic kickboxer, Django Ilunga, remember?
Yeah.
Not related to them at all.
But also kick your face off.
Yeah.
And then
Gwala Gwala.
our boy,
Who's
Elvis.
this Kati Kati guy?
Geen idea. Click on there, try and see if the profile brings anything up. Kati.
Must be a
Still
day.
haven't made our Gwala
Must be a
Gwala
pro
Death Squad
debut.
shirts, eh?
They're coming, dude. We're on that. Gwala Death Squad is coming, my man. Oh, wait. Okay, so we've got a picture. That's it. That looks like a CRT.
Those look like
Monet Swanepoel,
Swanepoel's.
coaching combat coaching.
Piwe Kati Kati.
Bro, if something pops up here, I'm going to be very surprised.
You must have had some sort of amateur record.
Oh, there we go.
5-1. That's not a
What?
bad record.
My boy Kati in the house.
Did you
man.
beat?
Retire MMA boys.
Oh, isn't that Durban?
He's the for last fought at MFC in 2019.
Yeah. So he beat Kylan Naidu, Lucky Bosco,
MFC, okay,
Junior
so from
McCarty,
Okay.
Stephen Happy, Becky Nkobo, and Tristan Irvine. Is that Tristan?
Yeah.
I don't
Hey,
think
Tristan.
I don't think that's Tristan.
Tristan, just
Tristan. We're gonna do an award show at the end of the year, and we're gonna have awards for. But it's like not actually a nice award show. It's an award show. We won't mention names because we don't want anyone like. hurt
How are we
anyone.
going to award people, bro? This is for that guy.
You have to mention
You
that.
haven't thought this. You
number
haven't
one-
thought this
Okay,
through,
well,
boy.
definitely number one cornering advice is whoever that Tristan guy was. His corner was like, "Hey, Tristan, just
What was his name? Tristan Delport.
Yeah, you think with the guy was like, just fuck him up.
Just
No,
fuck him up. And then Tristan, just
Tristan, just." He did. I don't know
Oh,
what
the
this was.
things you hear on Fight
imagine you're the
Night.
fighter and someone's saying Tristan, just, and then doing hand gestures.
Is it
like, stop what
Hey,
you're doing.
And you
okay?
look up and you're like, Joshua Fabia, is that you?
Okay, I see what you're doing. Okay, cool. Let me do that.
Same corner. The one bit of advice was, Trista, you fitter than him.
Yeah, you're fitter than him.
30 seconds into round one.
Oh man, cheerleaders.
Yeah. It's good though. It always makes for good entertainment.
Oh,
Muay Thai
his-
MMA boys.
His coach was the guy that was in a little bit of a
Oh God, is it?
Sikubone.
Oh, whoa. Surely not still his head coach from prison.
Impossible.
Well, they could be doing Zoom calls from prison. You don't know, bro.
Oh no, he's deceased.
Oh yeah, fuck, he passed away. Hey, sorry. I forgot how that story ended. That's awkward.
It seems like his brother or something must be running the crew there.
Okay.
Just to be clear, is the dude who was involved in the
Armed robbery,
armed
yeah.
robbery? Yeah. Okay. I forgot how that story ended. I apologize. So definitely not still his head coach.
Hey, that's a nifty little trick I just saw you do. I've never done that before.
What?
The search functionality of the right click.
Hey,
Hey,
boy.
we're all teaching
Mixed
us.
response on social media, bro. This was like an argument for like a week. People were like, "Oh,
Funny
he
enough,
was."
funny enough, it was started by Robertson Boyer.
Yeah, it was actually. It
Call
was
him a
like,
gentle
"Oh,
soul."
he was a gentle soul." I'm like, bro, he just
We could use a mix of words. Gentle. Might not be the correct.
I mean, running into
held people up
running,
at gunpoint, my man.
running into a shopping center with an AK-47
Yes,
doesn't sound
dude.
too gentle.
Yeah, that was pretty funny actually. It was pretty crazy. Don Madge posted on Twitter, "What it people are getting fed up.
Security finally fighting back against these thugs. So many people killed every day by these hijackers and heisters. Perhaps this is what we need from our security companies against these criminals."
Our boy Donny Maj.
Out of all the tweets that they found, that was the one they used.
I think in this article they talk about Robertson Boyer's.
Yeah, I'm sure. Let's go there, go down a bit. Aspect. He was a dangerous person in the ring, hard guy. When I was matched up against him the third time, it was going to be a tough fight. Sure. Shakespeare wrote that one, bro.
Scroll up. I think it opens with that. Scroll.
Do your thing, dude.
Scroll. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, we've given that enough time.
Well, he's definitely not the head coach.
MMA suspended.
Yeah.
We're going to get into this.
Yeah, dude.
Everybody shed a tear.
Yeah, dude, it's a bit of a shit
We started
one.
getting momentum, bro. As we get momentum.
Yeah.
Let's just, I'm not even going to just touch wood. Let's pray that the other one doesn't get banned. I'm not even going to mention names.
Don't even say the name. Yeah, dude.
I spoke to the person at the organization and they said things are continuing.
Yeah, for now. Look, I think it's
difficult because all the upcoming events are in Durban, bro. Like everyone's trying to get themselves to Durban, get accommodation, get booking. And you know, like when one discipline gets suspended, and
Look,
it's a week
it's
separated from school contact sports being suspended. Now a week later with MMA suspended. Like you can only imagine what's coming.
Look, the thing is, that I think what Massa has done is that they've preempted what's coming. They said, okay, look, the numbers are still not crazy right now, but it looks like they're going to head that way. So there's no point in us getting any more further planning in place, deposits being paid, those kind of things. Like you say, people booking accommodation. There's no point in us planning when we are already here to be here, you know, and then have to cancel. Let's rather preempt. Look, I think it's a brave decision. It's the first bit of actual leadership you've seen from MMA SA to say this is probably not going to end well. The timing, June, July is probably going to be a mess. Let's just write it off. We should have never probably booked dates for this. In hindsight, let's just scrap it and let's relook at it again. They said they're going to relook again in July when the numbers start when the peak's kind of over and whatever, and we'll look forward. The second school sports pulls out, you've got a problem. School sports is massive, dude. It's huge.
Well, contact sports has pulled out now, right?
Yeah.
So there's no more rugby at a school level.
Well, what about chess, bro? Come on, did you fucking across the board from a dude?
I agree with you.
Like, unless there's no contact, but like...
How do you play cricket without coming into close proximity?
Sunscreen, my brother. Sunscreen under the palms, boy, on the ball. No spit and shine, my friend.
Yeah.
A little blade in your pocket.
Bro, I was that guy because I was always not shy of a sweat, bro. I would like cover my face and head in sun cream. As soon as that sweat comes out, just like... They're like, yes, instead of swinging the ball 4 meters.
And then you play like long drop.
Yeah, 100%, bro.
And you knew the fast bowler was always getting it down there, bro.
But you listen to
backstop, my man. Yeah, old backstop.
some of the ways they do it's like ridiculous. Like at one point it was
sandpaper, my man. Oaks put like sugar in their pockets, bro.
I remember
sweets. You know, you remember those little those like chocolates, like lozenge things, like eclairs and whatever.
Yeah.
They hide them under their tongue.
Like a gobstopper, my man.
And then you shout at that. They said anytime you get like this, if you had a bit of a sketchy oval, and it goes towards
oval.
Oval.
Cricket field. We're talking about cricket field still.
Yes. And there's like, maybe it's one of those sketchy ones. There's some like rubble on the one side. You just kick it through the rubble a little bit.
But
Dude,
like
we should take bottle caps.
that's like amateur league, bro. If you watch the pros, bro, when there's one person
amateur
always
league.
shining the ball.
This is information from professional
No, I
cricketers.
know, but like if you watch like high-end cricket on TV, if there's one dude always shining the ball, there's a reason for it. We can all do that. Everyone can hit that thing on their ballas, but it's not hard. Why is one dude? How do you decide? Okay, your job today is going to be to shine the ball. We're very good at it.
Do you remember when they weren't watching like the ball handling? And then the Oaks were putting the ball into their pocket. And then they would like take the bottle cap and then like start cutting the seam or a little blade start cutting the seam. And all of a sudden you just check like Oaks. It's like 3 Oaks in a row. Like duck, one, and you're like,
dude,
something's going on.
Well,
here.
apparently it's like at the point now where bowlers will have their pockets, sleeves, everything checked prior to.
You have to, bro.
So they said it has to be a bit more like, you have to be a bit more slick about it. You know? You can't just be.
So
You know what, but it's
cricketers
like-
are hiring
it's
like
like-
pickpocket dudes now.
It's like steroids, though, right? Just let everyone do it and then see what happens, right? Just let everyone tamper with the
Bro,
ball.
listen, it's the same thing. At the end of the day,
ball's gonna
like
be
you still
hitting
have
at
to
right
have
angle.
the skill level. Like, bro, like I mean, you remember like in primary school, you had like a fifer that let you keep the ball. Like the Red Devil was the ball.
Yeah.
Fuck, those things were the shit, my man. And like I had my like few there on the mantelpiece with all the fifers. Dude, those balls looked ridiculous, but it was like brown and pink.
Yeah.
They were brown. No wonder those things were swinging. But that being said, for love or money, I could not get the thing to come the other way, bro. Away from the right hander, no problem, all day. Get it to come back, couldn't do it, bro. So you still have to have, I mean, like, and I was highly skilled as a cricketer, bro, highly skilled. You know what I'm saying? You still have to have the ability and the know-how to do those kind of things. You know what I mean? Like, sure, the ball's going to aid you, but like only so much.
I remember, I'm not saying we ever did this at school, but I remember, if you lost the original match ball, they'd bring you the box of old balls.
Yeah.
And like, if you're catching a harding,
Like,
it's like a 4 or 6. Like,
this one looks pretty good.
like as you find it, you hide it. I can't find it, Alex. I can't find it. And then bring the other balls on. You like, you wait for that one that's like literally half and half.
Yeah, you just get you get to the end of the edge of the boundary. There's like a fence, and there's something over the fence. You can see the ball, and you just hit it with you just do like you go like this for a few minutes until someone's like calls you like, oh fuck, sorry dude, I can't. It's gone. We're gonna have to get a new one. And one just clobbered you for 19 sixes, bro. Sorry dude, I can't. That one's gone, bro.
Bro, jeez, like it's.
Oh, dude, it's so funny.
Times.
Yes, we're in the reads. Yeah. What I wanted to say to you, my controversial. It's not really controversial. It's just an opinion.
You and a controversial opinion, never.
go to the EFC to the fight card. This is.
Oh, here we go.
No, I just want to ask you guys if I'm like, you know, we all.
EFC's website needs some work.
Yeah, dude, that's putting it lightly.
It used to operate well, but it's just like
if we look at it, there's been this whole constant hoorah barrage of how great the EFC is and Africa's promotion and this and that. Do you think it's still feasible to go through time, money, effort, marketing behind 3 Brazilians fighters and bring a high profile? Okay, Exxon Cabeza, I'm not saying I'm against it. I'm all for it. I just want to make that clear. I like it. I like the Brazil connection. I like these fighters. I think Ronaldo Exxon versus Igor Cabeza is going to be one of the best fights we've seen in the EFC. Honestly, I think it's going to be Cabeza's hardest fight to date. I think Ronaldo Exxon, from what we've seen, is the real deal. He's big. He's physical. He's going to come with good jiu-jitsu. The Souza kid, obviously, we don't know much about. I like Jose de Rocha. What I want to say is, what happens if Exxon beats Cabeza, takes the title? You've lost one of the biggest prospects in African MMA, and we've gone on about how we're here to build African MMA for the UFC, and it's been shoved down our throats about how amazing they are, Africa, and we are Africa, and this is Africa, and this is Africa's home. Why are we still putting so much effort into bringing people from Brazil here? Why are we not finding other options? That being said, okay, again, with Cabeza, like, there's no real contender below. It just seems to me that...
I think it's a complicated situation. I think one, right, the Brazilian trio that's coming out, I think it just worked out well financially. I don't know how it's being operated, but from my understanding, it's not costing the same amount of money that it is to bring Danny Henry out or Callum Murray. So I think it was just they've jumped at an opportunity to have all these guys compete. The second complexity in this situation is that Africans only beating Africans won't get you to the UFC, unfortunately, right?
Sure.
To get into the UFC, you have to get onto their radar and then get a big win, or you have to beat someone that was on their radar. But because we're so geographically secluded from the rest of the world, it's difficult to get those matchups where you can say, okay, this guy was like number 40 in the world on the world MMA rankings, and Igor beat him. So I think there's multiple. I'm very pro, let's have all African fighters and we focus only on the Africans. But I do realize that at a certain point, you need international fighters to come here to get your fighters. If you're trying to build the fighters to go to the UFC, you need internationals to come here to put them into the UFC. Or you have to let them go to another promotion and get that next kick over into the UFC. Guys like Jared Van Der Raar, who went from EFC to UFC, it's very different for that for him. He lives in Northern California.
Yeah, he's just got to have a record.
Yeah, he just needs to get like a decent win somewhere, and he can get onto that roster. You know, you can get.
And look, that
Contender
being
Series
said,
fight.
he still struggled, bro.
Yeah.
Like he had good management. They pushed for him to get into the contender, like, and then he got into the contender and then got in. You know what I mean? Like
African
no,
based,
it's a great point, bro. It is a great point.
African based fighters fighting Africans will never get into the UFC.
Sure. So with that in mind, how do we press forward here? I mean, like you said, there's still talks of Joe Cummins coming here. I don't see it happening, man. I don't know. Do we down the line start to see the EFC start that process again, starting to look for like up and coming European talent again and start bringing them out, from like the smaller European shows and put them against our athletes, or what do you think's the way forward?
Well, I think that at title level, so guys that have local guys that have got themselves to a title fight are either the champions or contenders, right? You need to potentially bring internationals out for those guys to compete against, right? Because there's only so much talent in Africa. Like Igor's a great example. He's literally cleared out the division.
Yeah.
They brought a couple of these Europeans over. He's cleared them out.
Sure.
So like for someone like Igor, it makes sense that you have to start bringing internationals out, or you have to negotiate for him to go fight somewhere else.
Yeah.
It's super complicated because I'm on the same page as you. It's like all African promotion, African fighters only. But then at the same time, you realize that that's going to be very limiting for the actual athletes to get to the UFC. Don managed to do it because he fought Dave, and then he was in California, associated himself with specific people, got a decent management team, and then they got him into the UFC, right?
Yeah.
Dricus left the EFC, got a title in Poland at one of the biggest promotions in the world.
Fucking hard road.
Came back and he won and then went to the UFC.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was his work, it was his body of work between the EFC and Poland that kind of got him there. And then he also associated himself with Henry Hooft and his
Sanford,
team. So like, it's very difficult to be locally based and fighting only local guys to ever get an opportunity like that.
Sure. It's a good point, bro. It's a great point. I just like it's, I find it so strange that we're getting all of this like Africa shoved down our throats. Like, cool, this is just 3 Brazilians.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
What are you looking at? Are you looking at African ranked?
Trying to find
some rankings.
Cabez's rankings on the fight matrix.
But there's 3 African based fighters there that have global rankings.
Yeah.
They're all from Morocco though. But like 7-1, 6-1, 5-0, 2-0.
But I think this website, so obviously this isn't
Fight Matrix is
you can
reference
search by their names,
but
on Fight Matrix.
I think it knocks you. I think it takes you off the site if there's been a certain amount of time where you haven't fought. So EFC is not listed on the site here anymore.
I'm pretty sure you probably have to pay them as well.
And you can't. I can't find any South Africans. At least
I remember
featherweight.
Dave Bierski and Martin, and all of them used to be ranked on here.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of our guys on there before. I've looked for it. You can search them. There's like a column where you can search. But anyway. But Jody, look, I'm happy that Ronaldo Exon's coming out to fight Igor Cabeza. I think that's a fucking crazy good fight.
Yeah.
Souza looks a real deal. I think he's like 8-0, 100% finish rate. Looks a real deal. Dude, I'm a big fan of the Russia. I really like his style. He's super dangerous.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's Timber.
There's lots of guys there.
So I'm
Is
glad.
Bruno McCullin ranked in the top 10 there?
Cannot be, my man.
646. This is welterweights in South Africa, hey?
Okay.
But that could have also been
646.
his fight because he fought Boyd, who's a number 257 ranked lightweight.
So yeah, dude, I don't know. I just hope they find the Russia a fight because it'll be a good end to the card.
No, I agree with you.
Sweet lads, good to be back. Happy to be here. Nice to see all you lovely people. And we'll chat to you soon.
Peace out.
Peace.